I took this photograph at the Summer Palace. My thought process is leading the eye through the frame, I believe, and using objects or people or things or color to kind of like lead you through it. And in this one, I liked how it led your eye kind of up in this way. And so, or really this way, but kind of up through here, and how the boats kind of lead it up to here. And so with this one, I guess there is kind of a lot going on in that you can focus on the boats here and how they're sitting there. There's leaves in them, they look old, they're kind of rusting, and then it kind of leads up this wall to these people who are staring out at this frozen lake. And so whenever I compose something, I guess I look to see where your eye goes and to see how it's going to be led. And definitely I pay a lot of attention to the edges, and I try not to cut off pretty much anything. So, and this next photograph kind of goes more with the theme that I was going for afterward from getting back from China. And it was kind of the hutons and how these kind of small communal places that that people live, the more traditional places, and they're kind of breaking them down due to the Olympics, kind of like cleaning them up and relocating people. And so I think it's a pretty like it's a pretty strange time in that I think a lot of these are going to be gone. And even by the time I got there, there was a lot, like a ton of them that were disappeared, that were bulldozed. And so, and there's a few photographs that I have here that actually show like the bulldoze sites. And so this is one of the homes that was occupied, and I guess I enjoy it because, I mean, there's the old burnt coal, there's a broom, there's a mop, and it really has like this sense of place and the sense of kind of someone living there. And that's kind of what I wanted to go with kind of the theme of this showing. And so these are more of aiming towards what I like. And also, I spent a lot of time on this in this area, just this door. I like doors a lot, and what drew me to it the most was the lighting, and how the lighting kind of goes through these little alleys and bounces off of walls and bounces off of these red bricks, and it really warms up these alleys. And also this really green drab door. It really drew me to this photo, and it was mainly just the lighting and the color of it. And I guess all the rest just kind of fell in place.
Ryan, can you tell me some of the things that happened on the workshop that maybe were somewhat of a surprise to you?
Some things that were a surprise was how generous and nice the people were around the city and in the small communities. And I found that if I ever struggled with something, like struggled with the language or buying food or something that's buying a drink, I noticed that they were always willing to help out. They're always willing to kind of give in and allow. I mean, even though they didn't speak English and I didn't speak Chinese, they were still able to help. And even I was on a lake that froze over, and I saw some people ice skating, and I started to take pictures of them. And one of them offered me like some spare skates, and I declined. And later on, I went out on the ice to take pictures, and he offered again, and so I accepted it. And he actually, instead of giving me his spare skates, he took off his own skates and gave them to me. And then I skated around with some of his friends for a while on the ice. So that was they're very generous, and they're very nice over there. And I also wasn't expecting kind of the personal experience with the other photographers from Renmin University. I was able to go around a few days with them alone and hang out with them and basically talk to them about what they do, what they like, and what they like to photograph. And so that was also interesting and a nice surprise.
Tell us something about how you may have dealt with communication in a nonverbal way and how successful you were.
I feel that we're fairly successful. I would always go out with Aaron and Vanessa, and I feel that we're fairly successful. The few times or a lot of the times when the menus didn't have pictures on it, half the time we would just guess and point at things, and then we get a surprise when we come. One time, I actually took a picture of that chicken over there earlier in the day, and later on we were at a restaurant, I think it was like a Korean barbecue. I remembered I took a picture of a chicken, and so I showed them the picture of the chicken that I took on my camera, and then they're like, oh yeah. And so we got chicken. And other times I used to be in sign language for like 4 years, and a lot of it was miming and so I kind of got away with kind of not like miming things, but kind of using my hands to kind of symbolize or like signify certain things, and so I think that helped a little bit. Other than that, a lot of just pointing, and sometimes in restaurants they would like walk around with us and point at the other people's food, and then we would say yes or no basically, and so I think we got by. I think it helped a lot of times when we'd go somewhere to photograph that I don't think we were supposed to be, and because we didn't speak Chinese, I think they kind of let us like slide a little bit.